Hello everyone, welcome to Chapter 1 channel. Today I'm going to talk about a movie named Brave Citizen. Spoilers ahead. Sean, a former boxing champion, works as a substitute teacher at Young High School. Although the school appears to be peaceful on the outside, it is actually run by a violent gang of kids that bully others for fun. Sean just wants a permanent teaching job, but as she's using the restroom, she hears two female instructors talking about how the last replacement teacher killed himself due to constant bullying from the group. After leaving the restroom, Sean meets one of the teachers, Lee Jae-kyung, who shows her a video of the gang harassing an older woman. Shocked, Sean recognizes the gang leader, Han Soo-gang, a terrifying bully who torments both students and teachers. Jae-kyung warns Sean about Soo-gang's dangerous past and advises her to stay out of any student fights. Although Sean agrees, she later shares her frustrations about her new job with her sparring partner and police officer, Kwon Young, at her father's boxing gym. Despite her attempt to seem indifferent, Kwon points out that, like her father, she struggles to ignore wrongdoing, a trait she tries to hide. The next day, after a decent day at school, Sean witnesses Soo-gang bullying another student, Go Jin-hyung, in the hallway. Trying to recall Jae-kyung's advice, she keeps her distance, watching as Soo-gang covers Jin-hyung's head with a plastic bag and kicks him in the chest. Furious, she nearly intervenes but is held back by another student, Byong-jin, who warns her that Soo-gang's family has connections with both the police and the school's funding company. However, when Soo-gang prepares to hit Jin-hyung again, Sean can't hold back and kicks Soo-gang's leg. Everyone around is shocked, but she quickly pretends it was an accident. She lectures the group on their childish games, removes the plastic bag from Jin-hyung, and instructs him to return to class, apologizing to Soo-gang as she leaves. Soo-gang later finds out about the incident from his buddies, and after being reminded of his part in the killing of the previous teacher, he nearly strangles one of them. Jin-hyung, embarrassed, stands on a building ledge that night. He regularly punches a bag until his fists are injured as a way to release his rage. He walks past Sean at school the next day, but he ultimately turns around to speak with her privately. Jin-hyung tells her that although everyone is aware of the bullying situation, no one has the guts to hold the group accountable, despite Sean's encouragement to discuss it with the school director. Tearfully asks for Sean's help, saying he was beaten after reporting to the police. Sean suggests he transfer schools, but Jin-hyung refuses, not wanting to leave because of the gang. While they're talking, Soo-gang's friends secretly snap a photo of her through a narrow window. That night, Sean wrestles with the situation, and the next morning, she confronts Soo-gang and his friends, who are smoking. She asks them to put out their cigarettes and tells Soo-gang he needs to deal with the issues causing his bullying. He nearly punches her but stops, then tells her to leave, blowing smoke in her face. Later, everyone at school receives a phone alert with a report sent to the education committee, exposing the school's violence under one person's influence. Furious, Soo-gang's mother storms into the school, demanding to know who sent the report. Her lawyer intimidates the teachers, insisting they reveal the whistleblower. When Jae-kyung tries to stand up to the lawyer, Soo-gang's mother fires him publicly, even shoving Jae-kyung and angrily ordering the dean to find the sender. Sean steps forward, admitting she's responsible and begs for forgiveness on her knees. Meanwhile, Soo-gang humiliates Jin-hyung by making him watch Sean's submission from outside, telling him he'll never escape him. Soo-gang prevents the dean from firing her, revealing he wants to have fun with her. At the police station, Sean meets Kwon Young, who tells her there isn't enough evidence to charge Soo-gang. Frustrated, she goes to the gym, where her father tries to console her, but she storms out. Later, while she's alone in a shop, Soo-gang and his friends approach her, harassing her and forcing her to sit on Soo-gang's lap as they take photos. Sean barely holds her anger back, clenching her fists but leaving after the shopkeeper steps in. As she walks away, she bumps into a rude stranger who demands an apology. While lost in thought, the man punches her. Sean finally fights back, dodging his next punch and kicking him in the face before running off. When Sean eventually gets to a basketball court, she witnesses Soo-gang and his pals abusing some young men. Wearing a cat-shaped mask from the gym, she enters the fight and kicks Soo-gang in the chest, causing him to bleed in front of his buddies. At that moment, the cops arrive and disperse the gathering. After that, Sean relaxes and laughs as she takes off her mask without realizing Byong-jin has noticed. The next day at school, Sean hears the teachers talking about Soo-gang's beating and feigns excitement, learning about the masked cat who fought him. Soon, a cat meme mocking Soo-gang appears on the school walls, but everyone quickly disperses as Soo-gang and his friends enter. Furious, he finds even more cat drawings on his desk. Jae-kyung arrives, dismissing the fuss and telling the other teachers to replace the desk, criticizing the excessive reaction over minor matters. Soo Gang, having lost his former authority, stews in anger. Soo Gang leaves the classroom with a friend, speeding recklessly in his car. Suddenly, he slams on the brakes to ask about the masked cat person, but his friends can't give him a clear answer. Frustrated, Soo Gang hits the steering wheel, but when one friend suggests hanging out with Jin Hung, Soo Gang's expression darkens. Meanwhile, Sean tears her mask in frustration after a fight with Kwon Young at the boxing gym. Accidentally, she ends up at a local tailor and asks the woman to repair the mask. At the same time, Jin Hung is being tormented by Soo Gang and his gang. He runs down the stairs in just his underwear, a plastic bag over his head, and various humiliating phrases scrawled on his body. Once at the bottom, he removes the bag and darts into a chicken shop, where the owner, Seong Woo, covers him with a blanket. Bong Jin, a student who often hangs out at the chicken shop, quickly drives to the boxing gym to stop Sean, who is about to destroy the mask. He tells her about Jin Hung's situation, gives her a jacket, and asks for her help with the gang, mentioning he saw her fighting Soo Gang at the basketball court. In the shop, Seong Woo prepares a meal for Jin Hung, but he strangely claims the bullies are his friends. Suddenly, he stands up and takes a knife with him before leaving. Sean shows up at the location where Soo Gang and his group congregate in order to locate Jin Hung. Soo Gang begins fighting Si Min after threatening to divulge the masked fighter's name. Si Min defeats Soo Gang following a vicious battle. Jin Hung shows up at that moment with the intention of stabbing Soo Gang, but Sean steps in just in time, cutting her arm severely in the process. Jin Hung is insulting Soo Gang when Seong Woo arrives to take him away. At the hospital, Sean wakes up with her father, So Young Tak, and Kwon Young by her side. Si Min warns Kwon Young not to involve the police, fearing for Jin Hung's safety. Young notices the cat mask next to his daughter's hospital bed and goes to confront Soo Gang and his gang. Wearing Sean's mask, he introduces himself as a member of the Brave Cats and challenges them but ends up back at the hospital after being beaten. As Sean recovers, she talks with Kwon Young about returning to school. While discussing Jin Hung, she learns from her father about the previous night when he let her fight to keep his gym from being auctioned. He confesses to her that he lost his daughter in the ring and tears up, apologizing for his mistakes. The next day at school, Soo Gang and his friends terrorize students, searching for the masked cat. They check everyone's arms but can't find any leads. Meanwhile, Sean receives good news from Jae Kyung about becoming a regular teacher. Later, as Soo Gang and his friends discuss their failed search, he spots Sean moving awkwardly on roller skates, holding her arm in pain. Suspecting she is the masked fighter, Soo Gang confronts her when she is alone. He easily pins her to a table using her injured arm and nearly suffocates her with a plastic bag but then challenges her to a boxing match at the upcoming school festival instead. He threatens to release a video of Jin Hung with a knife if she refuses and leaves. Jae Kyung, who has been watching, is visibly shaken by the threat. Later, Sean visits Jin Hung's home after learning that he has completed a transfer form. There, his grandmother offers her food and implores her to save him. When Sean discovers Jin Hung perched on a building ledge, he tells him that he has given up everything for his grandmother, whom Soo Gang left behind if he followed orders. Sean, who values his loyalty, persuades him to come down. On the day of the festival, Bong Jin rallies support for the masked fighter, and many students buy cat masks. After some performances, the main event begins, and Sean takes on Soo Gang, showcasing her skills. Shocked, everyone watches as she removes her mask during the fight. The dean attempts to stop the match, threatening to revoke Sean's teaching position, but Soo Gang tells him to stay out of it. After a long struggle, Sean knocks Soo Gang out of the ring with a final blow, demanding he apologize to Jin Hung. Soo Gang refuses, and Jin Hung tells him he no longer wants an apology from someone who has lost the respect of the entire school. Soo Gang makes one last attempt to attack Sean, but she uses a special move to finally defeat him. Later, a female acquaintance of Soo Gang comes forward to provide video evidence at the police station when Jin Hung files an official complaint against Soo Gang with Sean's assistance. Sean is spotted working as a teacher at her father's gym, while Soo Gang is detained. She boldly approaches a new female student who is bullying others on her first day back at school in her permanent teaching role. So, this was the movie named Brave Citizen. I hope that you enjoyed. For more movie recap, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone. Take care.